Hi, and in today's video I'm going to show you how you can put multiple Gantt charts in a Word document or on a Word page. So I've got a default document up here and I'm just going to change the orientation of my page. So if I go to Layout, Orientation, click on the drop down and select Landscape. Now I'm going to change my margin sizes so that I can get as much on this page as possible. So again, up to Layout, Margins, click on the drop down and select Narrow. Then we want to insert a table. So to decide how many rows and columns we need really depends on how you want to customize your Gantt chart. So for this demonstration I'm going to use a monthly Gantt chart. So before I do that, I'm just going to hit the return key to move my cursor down one line. And the reason for that is because I can then put in a title. So if I go to Insert, go to Table, click on the drop down and select Insert Table. Here I'm going to go for 5 rows, you can have as many as you want, but I'm going to have 31 days. Then I'm going to have a spare one just for some other information if I choose to. Then I'm going to add 3 more columns that I can merge together and make into my description. So I'm going to have 35 columns and click OK. Now the reason I've chosen to do it this way and to merge these first 3 cells is because if I want to make this first column wider, I've got to move everything across, which is a real pain. So it's easier just to merge cells together. So the first 3 cells here, I'm going to merge. So select them, go to Layout, then go to Merge Cells, and you can do that for all 5 rows. Now, of course, once you've fully customized your table, then you can simply copy and paste it, and I'll just show you a few tips and tricks for that. So this is my description cell, so I can type all my text in. Okay, then I've got this cell here. If I want to make this bigger or smaller, this text bigger or smaller, obviously you just need to select it all, go to the Home tab, and then I can go to my font sizes here. So let's go down to 10. And then again, if you want to change the position of this text, just select it, go to Layout, and then just select one of these. You can have it centered, you can have it over to the left, you can have it down at the bottom, completely up to you. This is a spare column here, and then all we need to do is add our numbers. Again, once we've done that, select them all. I can just go to the Home tab and just reduce that one. I'm going to select this icon here, which is the Decrease Font Size tool, and just reduce those down to probably 10 again. And to make sure they're centered, go to Layout and make sure they're centered in the middle of the cell. So there's your days of the month. And then I'm going to put a darker border line around the outside of this table. So I'm going to select it, go to Table Design, and over here is where you can customize all of your borders. And you can choose a different pen color. And here I'm going to choose a different weight, so a thickness to my border line. So I'm going to choose 3. And then the way in which Word knows which borders I want to select, go to Borders, click on the drop down, and I want to select the outside borders. And as you can see now, I think actually that's a bit too thick. So let me go to 2¼ points. Click on that. It's already selected outside border, so click on it again, and it's slightly reduced that thickness. If you want to do the same for, let's say, the numbers across the top, select the row. And again, you can select outside borders, which is already selected because we're just going around the outside of the selected cells. So click on that. And then again, we can do it for this. And again, click on there as well. And we have this spare column here for any other business. We can make some notes in there. We can put numbers in there. And then you've got your Gantt chart here. So before you go ahead and fill out your Gantt chart, if you want multiple ones on each page, then what you need to do is select your table, then you can copy it, go to the Home tab and select Copy. Then put your cursor to the bottom here, but make sure you press the return key at least once to ensure that it doesn't connect to the table above. And then just simply paste. And then if I leave my cursor here and I paste, look what happens. It joins the table and it's not right. So go back, Command or Control Z, move that cursor down, paste again, and you can continue to do that for however many Gantt charts you want on your page. So I'm going to go to the top here, and I'm actually going to move them all down because I want a little bit of extra space for a heading. Now there's quite a lot of space at the bottom here, and if I press the return key, you can see I've actually made another page. So if I go down to the bottom here to the rulers, hover my cursor between the white and grey section on that line, you can see it changes. Just grab that line and pull it down to reduce your margins, and your second page will have vanished, giving you a little bit more space at the top and less space at the bottom. I want to put a title in the top here, so I'm going to go to center text. There we go, select my text, increase the size using the increase font size tool. Now what you will find with this is if you increase your font size so much that it actually expands the space on the page as it's done, you can see once again I've added another page, which actually can be really annoying. So I'm going to reduce this font size down to its original 12. You can see my second page is gone, but the way to get around this is actually to use a text box. So go to Insert, Text Box, click on the drop down and select Draw Text Box. I'm just going to move those down a little bit, there we go, and click and draw out a text box. Now every text box has a black border and a white background. If I just move this text box, you can see it's got a white background. You can get rid of both of those, select it, go to Shape Format, Shape Outline, no outline, Shape Fill, no fill. Then you can simply click inside, place in your heading. Then you can select it, and then you can make this as big as you like. Doesn't affect the rest of the chart, doesn't move the chart down. Make sure though that this is centered, so select your text box, go to the Home tab and make sure it's centered here. Then go to Shape Format, go to Align, click on the drop down and select Align to Center. And that will mean your title's perfectly centered. Now once you've got all your Gantt charts in, to go ahead and fill them out, select the different days or cells underneath the days against the information. Go to Table Design, simply click on Shading, click on the drop down, and then you can just select the color of your choice. If you don't see a color of your choice there, go to More Colors, and you can see we've got the color wheel here. You can move this cursor anywhere around the color wheel, and the color you've selected will be in this square here, or you can use some inspiration from these various menus as well. So once you've selected your color, simply click OK and deselect it, and you can see how your color has affected your Gantt chart. So you can go ahead and do that to as many as you like. And you can see how the whole Gantt chart will develop. Again, if you need to, you just go into these boxes here and change the headings if you need to. And if you want to add or remove a row, click in the row that you want to add it above or below, then go to Layout and use these options here, Insert Above, Insert Below, and the same with the columns. So I'm going to go ahead and fill out the rest of this for my thumbnail, but I hope that's helped you today. If it has, please like and subscribe, and have a great day.